Hello. Oh. Hello and welcome to the Diva of Days of Our Lives. I'm Carrie. You can find me on Twitter at Diva of DOOL. Our website is divaofdool.com. Instagram diva underscore of underscore DOOL. Facebook page Diva Days of Our Lives, and we're also on YouTube. So right now we're live on YouTube, Facebook, and X. So Miss Marianne is at her high school reunion, and
Ooh.
hopefully it's a little better than the last blast reunions.
Oh,
So she's at Mama Score Hooch, and Jen's here tonight.
hi, I'm at RAXJDK at Twitter.
And from the Witless Protection Program.
Yeah, I'm at Kazi Hooch on Instagram and X.
Yes, and I'm still in court.
I was gonna say, is that gonna just be your permanent background? Is that what we're gonna do?
Yeah, but it looks like they're in court for the rest of next week. But that should be the end of it, hopefully. Yeah. So probably one more week. I was just telling Jen this. I've been in court so much it feels like my divorce.
Not exactly what the audience is clamoring for. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, it's nothing like showing up to court and taking a day off from work, and they're like, "Yeah, we don't need you. You can go home now." It's like
Yeah, and then also the whole
2.5 years of that bullshit.
Ah,
Yeah.
uh,
Yeah. So, well, let's start off with Belle was pretty pissed off with EJ because he's out.
what else is new?
let's say,
Anna, do you want to start us off? Because I think you, since you just watched it today, I'm sure you're pretty fresh on what happened with the Belle EJ conversation.
oh gosh, let me think. I'm trying to think. I watched all most of the week today. I'm trying to think. I
Well,
mean, I'm
she
not.
broke up with him.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, I wasn't sure what was last week versus this week. Yeah.
Yeah, it's hard.
Yeah, she broke up with him, and I will agree. I have to say, I will agree with you guys. When y'all used to say that you thought that Belle and EJ had some chemistry and everything, I didn't agree for a long time, but I kind of see it now, just as they're breaking up. But basically, she basically took him to task and was like, "Look, did you have any idea that the state AG was monitoring this case and that I could not only have lost my job if I didn't appear fair and professional and all that and not biased in any way towards Johnny, that I could have lost not only my job but I could have been disbarred." And he's like, "Oh, I had no idea." He seems genuinely heartbroken, but she was just like, "This is just, I'm drawing the line." What you did in court the other day with where she was saying how he basically exposed their whole affair and the whole bit. And I think that was the prior week. But anyway, she was just like, "That I'm just done. I mean, you've just crossed the line. You're not gonna ever be able to, I'm not gonna ever let you cross again," kind of thing. And so we'll see how long that lasts.
I
But
give it a week.
for right now, she's not having anything to do with him, right? So they had a couple of. She went over to the mansion and chewed him out at one point, and was just like that during that conversation where she was like, "Do you realize I could have lost everything? You're always." And then it kind of became about her career and stuff. I was gonna say, I do think Belle, although justified in that situation, I do think that Belle should get the Diva Award for the week, because when she gave the line about how the whole world's crumbling around all these people, and she says, and basically what EJ had done was he subpoenaed her mom to give testimony about he went under hypnosis again, and he didn't remember who it was, but he referred to the person who shot him as a woman, a she. And so therefore the whole thing's kind of ludicrous. Like, that whole thing's gonna fall, like the jury's gonna necessarily buy that, especially since he's the attorney. I mean, the attorney representing the defendant as well as the victim, that he's really gonna all of a sudden remember that it was a female, and that's gonna get him off. I realize they're trying to create reasonable doubt, but I would think that would fall in the line of not even Marlena's buying it kind of thing. No, but anyway, or she has her questions. But anyway, so he subpoenas Marlena so that she has to be a witness, and she can testify to what happened during the hypnosis session. And so that pissed her off. But anyway, was it Belle? Oh, I'm trying to think. There was an exchange. But the point where I felt that Belle won the Diva Award when she said she was listing off some things, and she was not, and then now I have to something. I don't remember what term she used. Her own mother and impugn the testimony of her own mother in court or whatever. And I was just like, this is while you've got the backdrop of, young teen baby drama, people's lives falling apart right and left. Her mom's still mourning the loss of her dad, all these other things. And then she's like, Diva Belle's like, and I have to go after my mother in a testimony. That's when I thought she got the Diva Award. But anyway, I let that. That's my opinion. But anyway, so I'm trying to think. Was there anything else that? I mean, they went all week trying to figure out if was Belle the one that shot. Is Marlena? Marlena seems like she knows who he's talking about.
Mm-hmm.
And two of the women could be her daughters. So she's like,
And one could be a granddaughter.
just what's that?
One could be a granddaughter.
Rachel?
Yeah.
Or no. Yeah. So it was like she could be a teeny bit biased about her opinion, but I don't know. The whole thing's so silly because even doing the hypnosis right in the middle of the trial during all the trial, it's just all so silly. But anyway, I'm trying to think, am I leaving anything out about Belle supposedly is broken up with him for good. And I'm trying to think, is there anything else that you can think of that they discussed or that?
Well, the whole thing is EJ's hypnosis shouldn't have been admissible in court anyway. Period. I don't think that's ever happened ever in the history of law.
Marlena said, well, they generally accept that testimony. She made that quote like, really? What court?
No, where did that happen? Yeah. So, and I don't know how. It looks like EJ is going to get away with it, but how is he going to get out of not testifying? You are the victim. Victims always have to testify. So, he's not going to ask himself questions. I guess this is his way around it, was calling out Marlena, but no, she should never have been brought up to the stand. I'm sorry. I know I'm just picking about stupid shit, but that just bothers me. And Belle's being a diva, but I also have a candidate for Diva of the Week, but I'll save that one for later. Just remind me.
Okay.
I know who you're talking about.
Someone who faked a stroke, maybe.
What's that?
Someone who, oh yeah,
I was just saying, Leo. Yeah, that's a good one.
Oh, so Rachel testified this week, and she was a little freaked out about it. So, and usually when they have little kids testify, have them do it in a private room. There really shouldn't been all those people there.
They do it remotely or whatever, or on, yeah.
Yeah, or even in a back room. Sometimes the audience can just hear audio. So, but yeah, that was another nitpicking of mine. And then Chanel took the stand. Now this was the fun one.
I think I missed that part.
Chanel was dragging him. She said the R word. Yeah, she's like, when Johnny found out you raped his mother, and I'm like, yes, thank you for someone saying it.
Yep, finally said it.
Someone finally said it. Was Johnny kind of beat around the bush, and they're still sugarcoating it because I clearly remember EJ had a gun on Sammy. And yeah, he was threatening Lucas's life, but at the same time too, he had a gun. And that part of the story has not been picked up with this part of the story. Make it seem like he just forced her by threatening Lucas's life. Like, no, he had a gun on her too. But anyway, yeah. So Chanel did get a good zinger in, saying calling him a rapist, and then he shows the video footage of her threatening him, and we all thought it was kind of sketchy to begin with, and Johnny thinks it was AI. But Belle insists, though, the Salem PD said it wasn't tampered.
Okay, well, we know they're such experts, right?
Yes, they also said
they have all that sophisticated equipment down there at the cop shop.
Yeah, that
Hasn't
was,
been updated in 30 years.
yeah, but yeah, it was bad as the Epstein footage outside of his prison cell that had what
Oh,
2 to 3 minutes missing.
yeah.
Whoops, there's 3 minutes missing. Yeah, so it was that bad. Yeah, so Johnny wants to have access to the video, and even though it's going to hurt his case. And then Belle told him like he had to fire EJ basically, and to get another attorney to have Johnny get the video to analyze it himself. And it's like, well, what attorney's even going to do that? It doesn't even make any sense. No attorney's going to agree to that.
No, Johnny was going to send it to a friend of his.
Yeah, but I thought he had to fire EJ though to
Yeah.
get the because EJ wouldn't get the video for him to get analyzed. So he'd have to get another attorney, order that attorney to get the video. Another attorney would probably say the same thing as EJ. It's like, nope, this video kind of exonerates you not getting the video. So yeah, so that's part of the reason why Johnny fires him on Friday. So, but he was pretty pissed because he warned EJ not to do anything shady, and then EJ shows the video, which looks like it's definitely altered. Yep. So, but it looks like it wraps up next week. The killer is outed, and with the spoiler video that came out, looks like Kristen is not a happy camper. Yeah. So.
See, my money was still leaning towards Sophia because they're definitely lining up. They're definitely queuing up mental health issues. Obviously, she would have some with this whole issue that she's dealing with the baby. I've noticed that they've been like the mom's been talking about it, and just it's just been kind of increasingly brought up. So I'm like, well, if they did want to pin it on her being mad, I mean, if Chanel went and tried to, if they were using the thing of, well, Chanel went and tried to kill him because he spoiled her opportunity. Sophia was just as invested in the whole thing, trying to find a family for the baby and all that. So, and she also had the whole pregnancy hormonal thing going and the emotions of all the stuff going on. So I still was thinking Sophia might, she's like the long shot, but I just thought they've been pointing to a lot of things, which is good that they talk about postpartum and all that. It's that's an educational thing too, a point of awareness for people and stuff. So that's good. But I just thought, are they queuing up for her to get up? Yeah, she shot him, but she was cray cray because whatever. I don't know. That's still my long shot. I have no basis for that. I haven't seen spoilers. Just months ago, I got it in my head. I'll stick with it, but who knows?
But then why would EJ not be able to remember? He doesn't have any ties to her.
Well, that's true. I mean, I don't know. I mean, and that may not be why he doesn't remember either. I don't know. And is he truly? Does he? Do we think he genuinely doesn't remember, or are we convinced of that?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So yeah. So I don't know. Who knows?
Question. Do you guys think it could be Marlena?
No, I mean she'd have every reason to, but no, I don't think so.
No, but remember when Susan gave her the hug?
Oh, the dark thing, all that. Oh yeah, yeah,
Oh,
that's
I
a
thought
good
that was
point.
the whole Queen of the Night thing.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, but there's spoilers out there, or rumors, if you want to call it that Kristen was the shooter. But there's also people thinking too that Kristen is covering up for Rachel.
for Rachel.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think so.
yeah, yeah.
And
Yeah,
something definitely happened.
either Rachel's covering up for her mom knowingly or unknowingly, or vice versa. Only Kristen would do it knowingly, but it was yeah.
Well, that's the thing, going back all the way to the beginning when she was there at the house with the gun, even though, and she testified this week that the bullets didn't match up. And I called BS on that from the beginning. It's like she still had motive and she was still at the crime scene.
Yep.
And she didn't call 911 or do anything when EJ got shot. She said she was asleep, but then she kind of testified she was in Rachel's room with Rachel. So I thought that was.
I thought they were going to get into that with Rachel more. Like, was anybody with you? Did you see anybody else? To like, so she would inadvertently out her mom without realizing it.
Mhm.
with her mom claiming to be by Rachel's side and Rachel not maybe remembering that she was by her side, or whatever. So I thought maybe that was going to happen, but I don't think it did.
Yeah. Oh, and there was a scene too I thought was kind of interesting. EJ and Gwen were brainstorming, trying to
Yeah.
figure out who the killer was.
I can see chemistry with them.
Yeah, why not? Go for it.
With who?
Gwen and
EJ and Gwen.
That's right. Those were good scenes. She was actually semi empathetic, or semi like trying to make him a drink, and did make him a drink and all that, and trying to kind of be halfway human.
Yeah. Fix his hand.
I love a villain couple, and we never get them. They always do the star-crossed things.
Yeah.
The bad boy and the good girl, or vice versa.
Mhm.
And I've been wanting for decades. Just two bad people.
We had Kate and Stefano, and that was
Yeah.
great.
Kate and
You know,
Andre.
yeah, and Kate and Andre. It's like,
Victor.
yeah. All right, now we're heading into territory. we're
We can name Kate and EJ.
All right now. I'm gonna have to mute your butt. Not that I can, but
No, I'm hosting. You can't mute me at all.
I felt it's a slippery slope with Kate. My radar goes up.
Yeah, I mean, I might just have to come up with a list. I'll just Kate and
Jeez, she's gonna be
John,
mean.
Kate and
She's
Bill
just gonna
Horton.
be mean, mean, mean.
Yep. Me.
Yeah, but yeah. So anyway, I think we covered everything with EJ. Now, we'll get to Leo parts as that was part of the trial. Leo's in the courtroom, and because everything went down, the judge ruled they were going to be sequestered, and he actually stood up and said, "I object."
Which one you on?
Yes, so he gets put in the Salem Inn, and I didn't like this kind of dig. He's in the room with this guy who's a Body and Soul fan.
Aw.
Yeah, which sounded cool, but they kind of made it seem like basically the Body and Soul fan was a pain in the ass
Yeah.
and was
That's
boring.
crappy.
And obsessed.
And talks too much. Like, if you're in a hotel room with the head writer of a soap, what do you think you're going to be
Of
talking about?
course.
You can't talk about the case. So,
Jeez, yeah.
yes, but I have to say the actor playing the other juror was really good.
Yes, he was funny.
He was stealing the scenes, which is hard to do with Leo and them. And he was all about the room, thought it was awesome. He was totally okay with sharing with Leo. Of course, Leo was like totally mortified. And he just kept talking and talking and talking to the point where Leo actually fakes a stroke.
Jeez.
So that's why I'm calling him the Diva of the Week, because faking a stroke would
Yeah.
be, yeah.
So I saw the part where Javi came in to rescue him, but I missed a few scenes, so I didn't know exactly what had happened.
Yes, yeah. Javi was supposed to work that day, but so he came in, and I think they kissed, and that was pretty much it. So, but yeah, I think that was just to get the other juror to be quiet for a few minutes, because that's pretty much what that accomplished.
You know who would be good on that jury? Rita.
Yeah, but they probably wouldn't pick her though. She's too close to EJ.
Yeah, unlike Leo, who knows everything.
Yeah.
You're right. You're right. They wouldn't have been able to do Rita. Have Rita on there at all, but yeah, it still would have been funny.
Yes, so we also picked up with last week's fight between Xander, Gabi, Sarah, and Brady at the bistro. So Gabi wasn't happy with Xander and basically told him to chill out. And Sarah apologizes to Brady for the scene, but she was literally screaming at Xander in the bistro, and Xander, I think, and Gabi get kicked out.
Those two were my candidates for divas.
I can see that. So Xander and Gabi?
No, Xander and Sarah.
Yeah. When you're having a Real Housewives scene in the middle of a restaurant, yeah. That's pretty much what it was.
It was funny though when Marlena came upon them, and she's like, "Well, why don't we just go grab a coffee or something at the bistro or whatever?" And Sarah and Xander look at each other like,
Yep.
one of them said he might not be welcome, or I might not be welcome. After Xander, right now or something. And, the very thing that she's going to try to counsel him on is anger management. And basically, it comes out that, well, he might have just gotten kicked out of the restaurant that she wanted to go into because of anger management issues. So that was kind of funny.
Yeah, I just said I was going to vote Marlena heroine of the week because within like a 12-hour period, because this was like in the evening after dinner, she's doing anger management with
Yeah.
Xander.
She's
And
supposed to be
literally,
taking a walk in the park or whatever.
it's like this poor woman can't get a break. I mean, she
Nope.
can't mourn her husband at all. She's got to deal with Brady and Tate and Johnny and Rachel and Belle and Sammy being there for a little bit. So she's dealing with Xander after hours. And literally the next morning, first thing in the morning, she's hypnotizing EJ. And then she has to testify. That's a
Damn.
crazy, that's a lot.
Marlena needs to learn boundaries.
Marlena needs a shrink.
Yeah. She needs a drink
Well,
too.
she does have one, doesn't she? Supposedly, one of her colleagues is her grief kind of like grief counselor or whatever.
No,
Yeah.
she needs a real shrink.
Most of them do, frankly. No offense to anybody.
Yeah, I just felt for her. It was that's just a lot. I mean, she's dealing with the two biggest narcissistic assholes in Salem within a 12-hour period. Well, it looked like Xander was making some progress, and I guess EJ made some progress. Marlena did her job this week and somehow managed to testify about hypnosis.
What cracked me up too is when she tells Belle, hey, you want to go out for a walk or whatever? I thought, oh, that sounds nice. And Belle's like, this was before she ran into Xander and Sarah, but she's still in her work clothes, right? She's still in her full like psychiatry garb, the pantsuit and the nice bag and everything. And I'm like, don't you need to change first if you're going to go out for a walk? I don't know. That just seemed like. But she ended up going to the town center, which I guess she still has to keep appearance for. When you think of it, I don't know if I've ever seen her in workout or any other kind of outfit. But anyway, I just thought it was it. I was like thinking, I think I would be like, okay, well, I'm going to run and change and then I'll see you later. Like Belle, yeah.
Yeah.
But no, she just stays. She's 24/7 in the shrink roll.
Yep, yep, for sure. Well, they keep her busy, so you might as well be prepared. Even if it's Sunday morning, you're probably gonna dress up like a shrink, but someone
I'm
still could
saying
show.
that town shall never run out of business.
No.
Oh, yeah, maybe she should get Sarah in there because Sarah and Xander get into a fight at the mansion, and I can't. I thought she punched him. Maybe she slapped him.
She slapped him.
Oh, she did slap him. Yeah, and that was because Gwen said that her and Xander were in her hotel room, and she has eyewitnesses saying Leo saw her do it, walk in there at the Salem with Xander, and Xander says, "Yeah, but nothing happened." So yeah, it seems like I think the actors are doing a good job because one minute they hate each other, and next minute they're still in love. So that's going to be hard to do. Yep. Oh, yeah. And Gwen was kind of taunting Sarah, saying she was going to end up with Xander, which still kind of don't see that happening, especially with Gabi kissing Xander. So that's a lot of people.
Boy, she got under Sarah's skin though, didn't she?
Yep. It did not take much.
I was like, maybe
Mm,
they should get a family rate for Marlena. Does
Yeah.
Marlena charge anymore? I don't know. But it seems like half the people she's seen are in her family, so I don't know. Kind of like the Brady pub where you just walk in, order breakfast. But yeah, I mean, Sarah's got a little anger management issues herself.
Yep.
yeah. Oh, so let's go to the baby storyline. There was one scene I really liked. I thought Sophia finally got a good friend. Her and Ari had a
Yes.
good time.
Yes, I like them together.
Yeah, they finally got to act like real 18-year-old girls and go shopping and talk about college and all that. I thought that was
Yes, I enjoyed that too. Although it was funny because it was like, I don't think Salem University was the best. They're like, of course it's a great school, but I was really hoping for University of Chicago or whatever. No, it was kind of funny. But
I mean,
so
they
that
took
tells
some.
me that they're going to be around then, right? I mean, that both of them are
Yeah,
planning. Yeah, I mean, so. Yeah.
yeah, Ari was dreading telling her dads that she's staying in Salem and not going back to Arizona. So, but yeah, I just thought that was a nice bonding scene, and she
Yes.
really did pick up Sophia's spirits, but then things went downhill real quick after that. Ari goes back home, and we heard all about Rave's tortilla soup.
Mhm.
Okay, please, the germaphobe in me was about to
Yeah.
lose my crap. He lets Javi sip some of it and then puts the spoon back in as he's telling him, "Yeah, I'm making this for a friend that's sick." I'm like, so every time anybody mentioned that damn soup, I was like,
Yeah.
"Nothing wrong with Javi," but that's just so like, I just can't even like. I don't know. That bothered me more than it should, but it really bothered me. It's one thing if you're all family, you know, your brothers and sisters or something, and you're sitting there, and mom's making something. I can see it, but like this was something he was preparing for somebody who was already ill, and you know, and so then, like, who all got Javi's
Chad and
tainted?
Kat got it.
Yeah, Chad, Cat. You know, like, oh my gosh, I don't know.
So Chad got strep throat from Kat,
Uh,
and now he's eating soup that Javi
can't
made.
they give them like even a decent storyline? I mean, I feel bad for these actors.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I wish they would just pull the plug all the way together because I don't.
I
It
don't
was an
see.
interesting angle, though, that he wrote Jade when he left the soup. Because, I mean, you know, if you're a CIA agent or whatever, you're definitely going to eat soup that somebody left at your doorstep, didn't give you a heads up they were bringing. And they put their name, but yeah, you know, okay, James, that's Rafe, and he's my partner. But yet, you don't know if somebody like Javi's taking a sip of it or
Yeah.
anything like that beforehand. So I'm like, I would totally like eat the soup if somebody had just dropped it at the doorstep. But I mean, without telling you. I mean, it's one thing if you just say, "Hey, heads up, I'm bringing this over," but I don't want to bring it in because you know I know you're sick, but you know it's at the front door, but I don't think he told her that it was there. So it's kind of an interesting touch that Chad found it and was like, "Who's James? Who's this James guy?" You know, and it kind of made him jealous. Not that I care, but but that was a little bit interesting, I guess. That's her partner, her on the down low partner, but with the intel agencies and all that. But you know, Intel being in quotes when you involve Ray.
Yep.
That's another story. And Cat, by the way.
The ISA has really fallen on hard times.
It's a
Yeah.
low bar these days, apparently. They're having trouble recruiting since all the first generation folks are not available anymore. I don't know.
And on top of that, Chad recognizes the soup and said it tasted like Gabi's.
Yeah,
You're cracking me up.
sorry.
Yeah.
And then years later, when they're all talking about that amazing soup,
Ugh.
Javi will be like, "Oh, I think I put my own special spin on it."
Oh.
And not spit, but still.
Special seasoning.
Seasoning.
Yes. Yeah, so that was pretty much all that happened with Chad and Kat. And Chad denied Kat kissed her. Like, I don't understand the point of lying about it. That just seems like a weird
Yeah,
thing.
that was dumb. Like she's
It's
like,
like
"Did I kiss?"
the 10 or something.
But yeah, they're unbelievably immature in this. I mean, seriously, they've been circling the drains with these two for well over a year now. I mean, good God. And they still don't have chemistry. Like, I just want them to, like, do it and get it over with, just so we can move on with this storyline. If they're going to be together,
I mean, and nothing like being stuck together with contagious diseases to make it extra exciting. I mean, I'm just saying they failed the elevator, trapped in the elevator test. I mean, Mrs. Horton could come back from the dead and have more chemistry with anybody she was stuck in that elevator with than those two had together, you know? So I'm just like, if you can't pass the stuck in the elevator overnight test,
yeah, if you're stuck in an elevator with a guy you have a crush on and you don't at least get a kiss out of it, then yeah,
It's over.
yeah, that's pathetic. Yeah, so yeah, they need to put up or shut up with these to either make it happen or move on because this tease isn't working. Like I like a slow build, but these
yeah, I
two
do
are
too.
not these two.
But that's when there's some chemistry and
Yeah.
some like pizzazz with the relationship.
Yes, yes. So with the whole tortilla thing, that's soup. That's when Javi got called in to go to work. Some guy called off, and he ended up in the hotel with Leo. So Ari took the baby, and she went to the Brady pub. And Tate's upset because he got turned down I guess, Melinda to see the baby.
He thinks it's the birth parents saying
Right.
no, but
Yes.
it's all a ruse. I love this storyline though. I really am invested in it.
Yeah, because they're seeing that baby a lot. That's why I was complaining in the beginning that Johnny and Chanel should not have the baby, because if the same situation would happen where they're literally running into the baby every single day.
Right. Anytime they went to Sweet Bits, anytime they went to any of that, yeah. Yeah, and I mean it was it was about time Sophia had a mental breakdown a little bit. I mean emotional breakdown. She's been holding it in all this time and plus lying to everybody in her life, keeping that secret that what she really did, what the real story is with the baby. But I did like the conversation that Amy and Sophia had where she's like, "Look, I'm concerned about you. I really would love to reset our relationship because, I know you haven't been completely honest with me on some things. And, she could add to be humble. I've been a hovering, helicopter mom, whatever. But, I would love for us to be able to do something fun like we used to do together and just have some genuine mother daughter time kind of thing, everything. But of course, Sophia's pushing away still because, and also she was worried that she might have postpartum depression. And of course, Sophia doesn't want anybody digging anywhere near any of that because she's got all this stuff that's just about to blow, um, because she's keeping so many secrets right now. So she didn't really receive that. She said she would like that, but like then anything her mom mentioned, she was like, no, 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 we won't do that because she doesn't want anybody asking any more questions. She's already stressed out more because every day something else comes up with this whole situation. And so I think she said it once, I don't know how much longer I can really keep this, secret or whatever. After she was talking to herself or somebody or Melinda, or maybe it was Melinda on the phone, I guess. But yeah, it's the whole thing's just silly. But in terms of how they thought they could get away with this. But I did think it was interesting when Amy, her mom, sees the baby again. She's like, "Oh yeah, we bonded during jury duty, all that stuff." And when I guess when Leo had the baby there or whatever, and she looked at him, she says, I didn't notice this a couple of weeks ago." And this is true about babies. You can think when they come out, they look like one person, and then
Yep.
they look like somebody else 2 weeks later, and then a year later, it's just
Hmm.
different parts of their their makeup just comes out in them and their behaviors and stuff, mannerisms. So, a couple weeks down the road, she's looking at him again. She goes, "Oh my gosh, I just realized he reminds me so much of when my boy Cooper was a baby, and all." So all these things, these are all like it's getting closer and closer and closer. Javi's already pretty much figured it out that it's her baby. Now, I didn't see some of the last parts of the show on Fridays. Somebody else maybe share that, but I really do enjoy the whole all the angles of this story.
Yeah, Javi was talking, I can't remember if he was talking to Gabi or Ari, but he thinks, maybe that the baby is half Japanese. But he also said, too, that he saw Sophia pregnant after the baby was born,
Right.
but she was still, wearing the padded belly. So so it's kind of on the back of his mind a little bit.
Yeah.
But you would think Amy would have said something like, "Well, wait a second, this baby's half Japanese."
Yeah, and oh wait, this baby, yeah, and then also, we didn't know who adopted the baby. We don't have any of these other. I mean, yeah, it's kind of. I'm glad they threw that in though, where Javi remembered seeing her pregnant still when he already knew about the baby, because that makes a little bit more sense. Like if she didn't have the baby bump, she hadn't put a fake baby bump, but doesn't take a huge leap of mental exercises to figure out that that's what she did,
Right.
but I think it's just kind of gradually unwinding here with all the connections and all. And the fact that like Sophia didn't realize that Tate had actually held his own baby because Tate didn't even realize, but he said, "Oh yeah, I got to hold him the other day or whatever." So she's just like she's just like, "Oh my gosh,
Yep.
everywhere goes this secret."
Yeah. You would think though, Amy would kind of put two together. Like it's stories. out there, though, that a baby was abandoned at the fire
Right.
department and that Javi's the one who has the baby. So you would think she would put that together.
Yeah.
I mean, how many? Seriously, it's Salem. There's not that many Asian
Yeah.
people.
Yeah. Well, and
Yeah.
Javi just mentioned this week that he's like, I kind of feel like he has a little Asian influence or something, or he looks like he may be part Asian or something
Mhm.
like that.
Yeah. So yeah,
Because we haven't technically seen the baby, so
no. Mm-mm.
the baby is still in log category. Remember?
Or
Because
doll category.
Lucas was holding the twins, all the log babies.
Yeah. Yeah. So, but the actress who plays Sophia, she did a great job with the pub scenes with the freak out.
She's
Yes.
really good.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, good stuff.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
have to say that one thing. The apple has not fallen far on the tree with Tate. He's still dumb. Oh my god.
What did he do that made him so dumb this time?
Okay. Last time he got busted for a girl in the room, and he did it again.
Yep.
This time by his Aunt Belle.
Yep.
Jeez. Yeah, that was embarrassing. Yeah.
Yeah. Lock the
Like,
door.
Lock
Lock.
the door. Hello.
It's like, hey, my cousin's at court right now, and hey, no one's home. Let's bang one out.
yeah.
I mean, that's a teenager thing, but I mean, yeah, yeah. And poor Belle. I felt bad for Belle walking in on
Yeah.
them.
Yeah, quite awkward.
Yeah, and she told them they need to be more careful. Poor Marlena, like she's all these patients after her. Her family's nuts, and Tate's trying to knock another girl up in her penthouse. So,
Her only sane two kids are Carrie and Eric, and Carrie's not even hers.
yeah.
Just see something with the old previews or like something you could tweet about, like, his Aunt Belle asks him if he's being safe or something. And Tate looks up and says, "Yes, I locked my car doors before I came in," or something like random. That was very random, but it just was like, I could
That was a
just
good one, yeah. Yeah, I looked both ways before crossing the street to get
Yeah.
God. Anything else for this week before I get into some of the next week's?
I don't think so.
I'm trying to think if there's anything that sometimes I'll be like, I forget to write it down, but I'm like, man, that was a pet peeve. At least I got the Javi sipping on the community soup. I think that's it for this week for me for that.
Okay, so not that I missed it, but it looks like we have a lot of Stephanie and Alex next week. Yeah,
Geez, not a big
No. Fast forward.
yeah. So Stephanie is mad at Steve. I guess she figured out Steve's investigating Alex. Alex asked Xander if there's something in the takeover that is bad, basically, that they don't want anybody to know about. Tony meets up with Gabi and Officer CEO again. I think she probably shared some information. She got some stuff from Brady this week.
She got a lot of intel while she was running around town.
Yeah.
Yeah, she did not have to try to sleep with Xander. That's what I've been saying all along. I can go to anybody's.
That was
Yeah,
just a
Yeah.
bonus.
yeah. I mean, I can go to anybody's workplace and just hover around the break room and get a whole bunch of dirt on people without sleeping with anybody. It's not hard, That's all you have to do is just gossip. But so yeah, so Gwen and Brady, Gabby and Brady were gossiping and saying, talking about Xander and Philip and all that stuff. But I don't think he really said too much with her. But she knows there's bad blood, which that's obvious to everybody. So I'm not sure why she didn't kind of figure that out before. Okay. Oh, and then there's a lot of stuff going down next week with Kristen in the courtroom, and we are supposed to find out who did the shooting. Oh, and Julie wants to know if there's somebody else interested in buying the bookstore. She was talking to Foster about that. But I'm thinking that's a bit of a out of context conversation. I think she's talking about herself. So I don't know. But yeah, so that's what we got next week. So finally, the courtroom stuff should be done. Yay! And I can get out.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, you've been stuck there. You've been sequestered in the courtroom for quite a long time now.
Yeah, I don't even get a hotel
Did
room.
anyone else say, why wasn't this jury sequestered from the very beginning?
You would think.
Why did we have to wait till now?
I mean, this is a mob family.
Yeah, exactly.
for sure you should be, sequestered. And
Sequestered and hidden.
yep, and EJ is not doing a very good job as an attorney, as basically a godfather, if you want to call him that, because you're supposed to get dirt on the jury, blackmail them, or bribe them. All you need is one person.
Yep.
And Leo would be a easy target
Perfect
for that
one.
one.
Because all EJ had to do was, hey, say you knew about Jude and kept him away from Nicole. Yeah. Yeah. So EJ dropped the ball on that one. But it looks like he's going to win. I seriously doubt Johnny's getting convicted. Oh yeah, Marlena gets a text at the end of the spoilers saying that
Who does?
Marlena gets a text saying the jury has come to a conclusion, has a verdict.
Boy.
So
Like, so then do we have to go through Kristen going through a trial or somebody else going through a trial only to have those go bust because someone's covering for somebody and all that? I don't know. Because I mean, what is it? She's already gotten a pardon. You know, what? I mean, she's not going to go back to jail for. I mean, I don't know. That whole thing. It's ridiculous. She's still out on the street, or that she was let back out on the streets. Anyway,
That's half of Salem, though.
that's
yeah,
true.
you see that
Good point. Good
yeah,
point.
like Xander shouldn't be out in the street. EJ
Yeah, you're
shouldn't
right.
be.
You're right. Point well taken. Yeah, so true.
Gabi's the only one who's been in prison a couple times for stuff she didn't commit. But
Yeah.
the stuff she did do, though, she didn't even get charged with.
Yeah.
He tried to blow up Julie's home.
Yes. So, but yes, I guess that's about it. Anybody have anything else? Alrighty. Well, thanks so much, ladies, and we'll see everybody next week.
All
See you
right.
next
Have a
week.
good rest of the weekend.
Good night.
Yes, have a great one.